Welcome to this unidentified channel. Today we're going to be talking about what happened after Mark Means, John Pryor, and Rob Wood all filed their motions back on December the 15th and 16th. So if you haven't already checked out the video that goes over those motions that were filed back on those days, I will do what I can to link it right here somehow. If I can figure that out, it'll be there. Watch that one before you watch this one. So we're going to go into what happened after those motions were filed. So Mark Means on really late, sometime on the 15th, filed his motion to disqualify the prosecution. He also filed a motion to extend the motion to dismiss. He needs more time. John Pryor followed suit. He filed the same motions, and then Rob Wood comes in and files a motion for judicial protective orders. A recording was made and listened to between Rob Wood, Summer Shiflett, and Garrett Smith, an attorney, their attorney. Summer Shiflett's attorney. And Rob Wood is saying he did nothing wrong, and a transcript came out, the recording came out, and Court TV got a hold of the recording and made a report about it. They had to pull that video down as the court sealed that audio recording, but a transcript was still let out. It was let out. Garrett Smith put the transcript together, I guess, and he did an affidavit that he signed stating his testimony, I guess, or his beliefs about the recording. In the recording, Rob Wood does speak about Mark Means. He says that he's not competent counsel and some of that, but he never really did anything that we or anybody else can see to get him taken off the case. Now, one thing in the transcript, and I'm not going to read the transcript, but one thing in the transcript Rob Wood said was that they will be filing conspiracy for murder charges for both Chad and Lori. That was exciting to hear, that they will be filing those charges and that they could put them in jail for a lesser charge on a really high bond and be able to put a case together to be able to file more charges against them. So what we have now is Mark Means filed on December the 17th, specific request of discovery pursuant to Idaho Criminal Rule 16. I'll read through this. Please take notice that the undersigned, pursuant to Rule 16 of the Idaho Criminal Rules, requests discovery and inspection of the following information, evident and materials. Number 1. List of all persons, witnesses, potential witnesses, persons of knowledge, or the like that you, Special Prosecuting Attorney Mr. Rob Wood, have spoken, conversed with regarding this case. Please include, but not limited to, the person's full name, date and time of conversation, specific statements of conversation, location of said conversation, substance of conversation, method of conversation. Example, telephone, text, email, FaceTime, face-to-face, etc. Duration of said conversation, and persons in attendance and or involved in said conversations. Please produce all records of said communications, tangible or intangible, included but not limited to recordings, text messages, emails, phone records, voicemails, pictures, videos, or the like. Also include any and all identifying information for persons present and or included in said conversation or in proximity of said conversation. Please identify the attending person's full name, address, employment position, telephone number, and other identifiable information. This request specifically includes the following, but not limited to said persons: Lori Vallow Daybell, Chad Daybell, Alex Cox, Zulema Pastenes, all the Daybell children, Tammy Daybell, Adam Cox and children of Adam Cox, Colby Ryan, Kelsey Ryan, parents of Chad Daybell, parents of Tammy Daybell, parents of Lori Vallow Daybell, Melanie Gibb, Summer Shiflett and any of her family members, David Warwick, Larry Woodcock, Ethel K. Vallow Woodcock, April Raymond, Annie Cushing, Melanie Boudreau Pulowski, Ian Pulowski, Brandon Boudreau, Heather Daybell, sister-in-law of Chad Daybell, Matthew Daybell, brother of Chad Daybell, persons associated with the group entitled Preparing a People, persons associated with the Avow website, any and all persons subject to description above. It's dated the 17th and signed by Mark Means. So on the 18th of December, the judge scheduled a hearing to go talk about or to hear the conversation, the arguments about the judicial protective order that Rob Wood's motion filed the motion for. Here is what happened at that meeting. Now, what we know, it's not a meeting, the closed hearing that nobody had access to on December the 18th. Mark Means also filed for the judicial protective order on December the 18th. So when they went to the hearing, the closed hearing that was closed to the public, before we went to the hearing, we knew that on January the 6th, 2021, we were going to be in the courtroom with Lori and Chad to hear about the change of venue and the motion to dismiss. That has changed. We will now be in court on January the 6th, 2021, to hear the motion to disqualify the prosecutor, Rob Wood. The motion to change venue, that hearing has been vacated. To vacate a hearing means that a court order or judgment has been canceled or rendered void. Now, some of the talk that I hear is that we're not going to change the venue, that you can't get to any county in Idaho that has not heard about this case. Therefore, they will stay where they're at and have the trial right there in Madison and Fremont County. Which county? I don't know. I don't even know if that's going to happen. That's just what I have heard is going to happen. So we will see. All right, this is what happened in the court hearing December 18th. I'll read that court document to you. It's orders regarding December 18th, 2020 hearings. The judge in the courtroom was Judge Stephen W. Boyce, District Judge. Here's what we have. Orders regarding December 18th, 2020 hearings. On December 18th, 2020, the court had a closed expedited hearing on the state's motion for judicial protective order, filed December 16th. Upon review of the motion and arguments of counsel, and in consideration of the record herein, and for the reasons stated at the hearing, the court denies the state's motion for judicial protective order. The court further heard at a closed expedited hearing defendant Lori Noreen Vallow's motion for judicial protective order, which motion was filed on December 18th. Upon review of the motion and arguments of counsel, and in consideration of the record herein, and for the reasons stated at the hearing, the court denies Vallow's motion for judicial protective order. In addition, the court heard argument of defendants' joint motions to extend time on motion to dismiss. Based upon the stipulation of all parties at the hearing, the motions to extend time are granted. By further stipulation of the parties, the court will vacate the hearing on defendants' joint motions to change venue, currently scheduled for January the 6th, 2021. The defendants' joint motions to disqualify prosecuting attorney will now be held January 6th. Counsel for defendant Daybell has requested that the January 6th, 2021 hearing on the motions to disqualify prosecutor be an in-person hearing. Upon consideration of the most current Idaho Supreme Court order in regard emergency reduction in court services and limitation of access to court facilities, this court, in its discretion, does not find grounds requiring that the aforementioned hearing be held in person, and thus the hearing will be conducted remotely via Zoom. The court's December 17, 2020 order to seal remains in effect and will govern further filings related to the joint motions to disqualify the prosecutor. In addition, at the December 18th hearings, the state and defendant Daybell requested the January 6th hearing be closed. Defendant Vallow objects to the closure of the hearing. The court has taken that issue under advisement, and the parties may submit written supplemental argument and/or authority on the issue of closing the hearing. Any supplemental argument must be submitted to the court no later than 5 p.m. Thursday, December 30th, 2020. So that Thursday's coming up. We'll find out if the hearing will be closed or if we will be able to see it, if it'll be open to the media for recording. We have a court hearing coming up January the 6th, hoping that we all get to be in the courtroom and see what happens. Hopefully we will find out Thursday. Will we be able to see it or not? What do you think? What do you think about the conspiracy of murder charges coming down the pipeline that Rob Wood promises us in that transcript that was read? Scott Reich put the transcript up on his website, or you can just Google it and you should be able to get a hit that way if you'd like to see it. You guys know how YouTube works, so make sure you hit the like button if you like the video, and I will see you next time. So on the 17th of... to be able to charge pursuant to during of said, he didn't want, Mark Means didn't want. Today we're going to be talking about the second part. No. We will now be on. Also, the motion. Not also. We're out.